8 months and 34 games later, it's time for the Major League Soccer playoffs. Tonight at CenturyLink Field, two old foes go toe-to-toe in the first leg of their Western Conference semi-finals. Seattle Sounders against Real Salt Lake. Two sides desperate to advance for very different reasons. Seattle's starting lineup, Casey Keller.
Yeah, the only thing you're really missing is that Eddie Johnson up front. Sammy Ochoa slides into his position. Other than that, this is a lineup that lost 1-0 down in LA the other weekend, but played very well in that loss. And this is a very good Salt Lake team that's been together. The only real difference, Olave out, Cerebo in. Can the Sounders take advantage of the inexperience of Watson Cerebo?
And the first half kickoff is brought to you by Subway. The official training restaurant of Sounders FC is Subway, bringing you the first half here at CenturyLink Field. We're underway. Seattle in the rave green, and there'll be an early stoppage. And maybe an early sign of things to come. Now Grabavoy for a Spindler, working hard. Morales, Grabavoy's gone on here. Gspurning comes out. Terrifically timed tackle from Michael Gspurning. Well, Ned Grabavoy was so close to getting in behind that.
Well, Michael had to get it just right, and he got the timing right on the edge of the box. Couldn't go with his hands, had to kind of come with his feet. As Grabavoy tried to lift it over him, he just narrowed the distance perfectly and was able to block that with his legs, and very happy to see it fall kindly to a Sounders defender. As you see the challenge, nice and clean.
Rosales' delivery, Watson Cerebo away again. He's got his head on absolutely everything so far. Birch back in. Evans not offside, real chance. Rimando comes out brilliantly. Cross again takes a deflection. It's another corner. And that's a moment for both sides within the last couple of minutes where the goalkeepers have made really decisive saves.
They have. Good ball into the box from Mark Birch. Brad Evans with that late run, and you can see how quickly Nick Rimando came off his line to narrow that angle on Brad Evans and comes up with the save.
Rosales looking for Sammy Ochoa! Brilliant save by Nick Rimando. It was world-class goalkeeping. Ochoa probably thought he scored, but somehow Rimando dived away and made an incredible block.
Just as you were saying that none of the goalkeepers had to come up big on saves, Nick Rimando must have heard you. Sammy Ochoa must have thought he'd gotten off the mark.
Here it comes again. Another header in from this time. John Kennedy Hurtado and Nick Rimando. Spectacular, not once, but twice.
Well, Nick Rimando has always been known as a spectacular shot stopper.
Again, these incredible saves.
Well, we talked about how great Salt Lake had been defending set pieces, and here's Sammy Ochoa coming up big off of Wingert, and Nick Rimando just a little bit better at the occasion. You think you can't do it right the first time, let's try it the second time. And Nick Rimando comes up big at the second calling.
We talked earlier about Freddie Montero looking for his first playoff goal. Fabiano Spindler on the ball here, looking for his second in 12 playoff games. Might be a chance now. Beckerman, wonderful block by Birch. Will Johnson. And that is another outstanding piece of goalkeeping, this time by Michael Gspurning.
When you look at the initial block, you think that was the chance as it slides just past Morales, falls to Beckerman. Good block from Birch. Will Johnson tries to beat Michael Gspurning at his near post. Talk about players rising to the occasion in playoffs. Beltran making that huge stop before halftime.
There's Brad Evans fed by Montero. Really dangerous moment. Sammy Ochoa! That was the moment for Seattle, and Ochoa knows it.
Yeah, Sammy Ochoa would love to have that one back. It looked like for everyone to see. Excellent work from Brad Evans down that left-hand side. Waited for the opportunity, slips it past Cerebo. Sammy Ochoa, I'm sure, would have rather had it on his stronger right foot, but
the tempo quickened by Seattle. Johansson looking for Tippett. It's another incredible save by Rimando. He stands on his line and says, I will not be beaten.
Nick Rimando once again showing his shot-stopping ability. Great cross into the box. You can just see the ball just maybe that little bit too close. If it could have been that extra yard out.
Gonzalez coming to help him. To pump his arms to get there. Looking for the near post and Tiffert. Rimando collides with Beckerman and has stayed down. And the referee surely will stop the play. And Kyle Beckerman is down as well. It was a vicious ball in. And Nick Rimando has taken the worst of it.
Yeah, this would be a huge loss for Salt Lake if Nick Rimando can't continue. He's been a tremendous player. Excellent ball into the box, and it looks like maybe it was a collision.
Well, I think it was actually Tiffert, wasn't it?
Christian Tiffert who hit it. And you're seeing Nick Rimando holding that, looks like his right eye, maybe the bridge of his nose. And that just shows you how quickly things can change for you. And Sanders very dominant. And then just one little quick cross and a snap header.
And here's Mark Birch for Freddie Montero. David Estrada was missed. And Rosales came in on the far post too. Was that a very good opportunity for David Estrada?
Well, I felt in the first half that it was Salt Lake that just couldn't get the bounce of the ball right. And on this occasion, it just didn't bounce right for David Estrada. Good cross into the box, good flick from Freddie Montero. And you can see the skip of the ball just eluding David Estrada, who can't believe his luck. And then at the second attempt, a very tough angle for Mauro Rosales to direct his shot on target.
That's of Michael Gspurning, and Alvaro Sabaria was as well in the last 10 minutes or so with his snapped header as Estrada finds Rosales. Very good link-up play. Montero coming in, but who is there? Need I tell you?
Well, Nick Rimando gambling a little bit that Mauro Rosales wasn't going to see him sneaking off his line and cheating that near post. And in the end, reads it very well and is able to steal it right in front of Freddie Montero.
Play goes on. Hit high by Gspurning, inadvertent back header by Ned Grabavoy. And that will be that for the first leg. Scoreless. Heading into Rio Tinto Stadium next Thursday. Nick Rimando, certainly the hero for Real Salt Lake, coming up with a series of stupendous saves. Seattle threw all they could at the Real Salt Lake goalkeeper, who, despite injury, stood firm.